welcome to another episode of Chic Out. On today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the 1 to 4 player game Honey Buzz, published by Elf Creek Games. So let's dive right in. Okay guys, let's take a look and see what Honey Buzz is all about. To first start off, I just want to note that the base game does not come with some of the components that you're going to see here. The deluxe upgrade package comes with these printed nectar tokens, the fuzzy forager guys. These in the base game are cardboard. These are also cardboard. These nectar tokens are upgrades. These are just different looking. The honey tokens, these actually are part of the base game. Your money in the base is going to be cardboard. The upgrade comes with wooden ones. The mini expansion is where these jars are coming from. And you'll see part of the additional first player token is also comes with that. If you're going to get any of the upgraded components for this game, I would solely suggest that you get Honey Buzz, the honey pot. I'm sorry, the honey pot from Honey Buzz. What it does is it's adding in these jars, which I think should have been part of the base game. It gives you a chance when you're foraging. If you can't pick up that nectar token in the base game, it just stays on the board and you kind of lose out on it. With this mini expansion, it allows you to pick that up and use it at a later turn, which I find a lot more valuable. So again, if there's anything you're going to pick up from Elf Creek out of the 3 upgrades that you can do, I definitely would recommend getting the honey pot. All right, so those are all the upgraded components. So if we just talk about this game real quick, the name of the game is You Are Worker Bees, and you are trying to produce the most money for your hive to sell at the market to the bears. You're either going to sell your honey at these values listed here, or your pollen listed at these values, or you're going to complete these orders for the woodland creatures, right? So the game ends when 4 of these honey tokens are all the way down, or 2 of these card stacks are over. Once game end triggers, everybody just gets one final turn that round, so everybody has the same number of turns. All right, so what is gameplay like? What you're going to do is you're going to do one of 2 actions. You are either going to send out worker bees up to these spots up here on the top of the board, or you're going to collect those bees back. You're going to recall them all back to your hive. So yes, it's a heavy worker placement. So what you're going to end up doing is you're going to take your little beeple. Yep, they are called beeples. If you know me at all, I love punny jokes, so that just tickles my brain and I love it. So you're going to put your little beeple and you're going to go up to one of these, see these segregated spots. This board is a dual-sided board, so it is for 2 players and then up to 3 and 4, right? Flip side. So wherever you see these segregated spots, see they're marked by the white, those are where you're gonna put your little beeples. So if I put my beeple up there, I get to choose between taking one of these 2 tiles. So what are these tiles? These tiles are allowing you to build your honeycomb. And sorry, this is all the garbage from the tiles. It's driving me nuts. So you're building out this honeycomb, and how it's going to go during the game is you're going to collect these tiles from where you put your beeples. So they only can connect yellow to yellow. You can't do red to red like this. This is illegal. So you could put it down here, you could put it here, you can put it here, right? So the reason you're building these out is because you want to create these empty cells like this. This is called an empty cell. When you create an empty cell, then you get to trigger these actions all around adjacent to this empty space. What are the actions you can take? So these are the 6 actions you can take, right? So where else do we see these? These are all on these tiles up here, okay? So that kind of determines where and what tile you want to pick up on your turn. So you want to be a little strategic about what are you going to need later in the game. Do you need more workers? Because that's a little baby bee. The decrees are the only ones that cost 5 coins, but it's only 5 coins when you pick them up. Those are, in my opinion, the best. They allow you to take any one of the other 5 hive actions when you complete your empty cell, right? So solid choice there. This one just gets you 5 coins. Over here, this lets you take a market action to sell your honey or take an order. You have to take a market action. This one allows you to produce. So when we're looking at this empty cell, the nectar tokens that we forage for, they go here. And when you use your produce action, then you get to produce the honey that's listed. So the one that's listed, for example, is a wildflower. So to produce, I would just put my honey right there. So the trick with this game is you don't want to produce more than you have, because you can't stack these. You can only have one on each nectar token, okay? So that's producing. And then we have forage up here with the flowers. We come down to this side of the board, and this is our forage area. So our little forager bees get a free space. Movement, great. If you don't want this one, and you want this one all the way over here, it's 2 coins per each movement space. So this is a free one, and I want this one. So it's going to be 2, 4, 6 coins to pick this guy up. So I would just move my little forager guy here, pick this token up, and then it goes right in that empty cell. So the reason you want to fill your empty cells with nectar tokens, right, is because this is going to get big. This is going to build out. Like, we give ourselves some pretty good space. See, he's got a nice corner here. Because these honeycomb hives are going to get big. You're going to you really just want to pick these up and build out as much as you can on this board. So we're just going to take some of these just for example, so I can show you what's going to end up happening. So, right, so your honeycombs are going to start looking like this. And, all right, so the other thing that we want to pay attention to, right, is, for example, you're probably saying, what are these red, what are these red lines? Okay, so what those are matching to is your nectar tokens. You can only put nectar tokens that match an empty cell with those lines. So, for example, I was able to place this nectar token in this empty cell because this is all completed with red, right? So this is all completed with red. So I can't put this one here because there's got to be 2 blank sides there, okay? I can't put this one here because there's only 1 red side, see? So that's illegal. So you've got to pay attention to how you're placing these honeycombs out, because you're not going to be able to produce certain types of nectar if you're not paying attention. See, like, so in my fast post haste example, I was closing myself off there. So for, this is how I would get one of those 2-spot ones. So it's a real nice brain burner. Like, oh my God, should I put this way? Oh no, because I'm only gonna be able to allow this one. Do I want to put it this way so then I can leave spot for a 3-banger? And it all depends. And then you're like, oh well, should I flip this around and put my baby bee in there? Because then when I'm scoring for a completed empty cell, then I get to take the baby bee space. So it's a nice brain burner that way. The other great part about this is you guys know that I love my combo moves. So you can get some wicked nice combo moves off in this game. So if you want to score, for example, like I want to do all of these actions. So I'm going to put this tile down, and then I get to score my cell. So I would get to take out a baby bee. I'd get 5 coins, and then my decree action lets me take any other of the 5 actions, right? So if you're smart, if I have nectar tokens out, I could produce what I need and then take a market action next turn and score, either these wonderful victory points or start picking up orders. The good thing about picking up orders is on the bottom of these stacks, you get extra turns. So for example, if I fulfill this order, if I turn in a cherry blossom and an acacia honey, I would get to take the forage action again. This one, if I turned in a wildflower and acacia, I would get to take the produce action again. And over here, if I turned in a wildflower and a cherry blossom, I could take a market action again. So if you're smart, especially for example with this one, if I had enough to, before I took this, maybe I'd want to build up enough honey in my comb to be able to take 2 of them. Because if I pick this guy up, I can immediately take another market action. So if I had enough for one of these, then boom, I could just pick up another one. So it's really, really fun in that sense. So what the mini pot, or the honey pot, excuse me, mini expansion does for you, like I said earlier, in the base game, if I was foraging and couldn't take this tile because I didn't have an empty cell in my honeycomb that just had 3, I would lose out. You couldn't pick it up and you just pick up a nectar is what you would do. So now with the mini pot expansion, I keep saying mini pot, honey pot, you can take this nectar token and you place it down here in this jar. And at any point during any of your later turns, if I have an empty cell, meaning a closed off cell with just those 3 sides, I would be able to place it. The gist with this is the other player can always steal from you, and there's nothing you can do to stop them, but they have to pay you 5 coins to take your nectar token. So you kind of want to be smart about those, because you want to get this out into your cells before your neighboring player decides he wants or they want that nectar token and steal it from you. So it's a fantastic worker placement, combo scoring move. We've got some really great scores. We just played this afternoon, and I think Justin absolutely crushed me. He had like almost 100 points, and I had like 52 because I just was not paying attention to him. And what I mean by that is up here we have some awesome, these are called the Queen contests. So this is a speed test. See those 2 little flags? So this one means the first one to complete this gets 20 coins. Crazy. So this one was just 3 nectars of any one type. So, you know, someone had to have 3 of the same nectar to get that one. And then these 2 are endgame scorers, the ones that have the crowns. This one just says whoever has the most decree tiles in their comb. And this one was the most empty cells in a straight line. So what that meant was whoever had the most empty cells in a straight line got to score that one. So he had some really well done scoring mechanics, and he just built his honeycomb out so well. He just crushed me. But that is an overview of the game. I hope this is helpful if you were teetering on getting it. We absolutely adore this game. It's super easy to teach, super easy to learn. The production value on these pieces, guys, I mean, just look at them. They're amazing. I know, like, so these are, like I said, these come with the base game. And they're sticky. They're sticky like honey. It's kind of funny. And then your fuzzy foragers. The forager bees are actually fuzzy. Because, you know, bumblebees are fuzzy. I thought that was really cute. You know, the first pair of tokens, those are just awesome. The wooden coins, I don't have any game that in our current collection that has wooden coins. So this was just a nice little treat. I mean, look at that. That's so cool. Down here, these are all the players have different color honeycombs to start. Just the detail that they put into this with their production value is fantastic. But we really enjoy it. It's definitely going to be something that we pull out quite often just because of how easy it is to play. But there's such an in-depth strategy there that completely tickles our fancy. So again, I hope this helps. If you were teetering on getting this game, I would highly suggest it if you like worker placement, strategy, anything like that. Point salads, you know, you really could get out some amazing, amazing combo moves. The player aids are really nice, you know. Just, it's a great game. So leave any comments if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.